We're looking for the public's help and the media's help in locating Ana Walshe. At this point, it's a missing person investigation. We have nothing to support anything suspicious or criminal.
Right now, a desperate search for a missing wife and mother who has not been seen since New Year's Day.
Ana is very active on Instagram, and I didn't see a picture from her trip.
We love you so much. We want you here.
The husband of a missing woman from Cohasset is under arrest and due in court this morning.
He's on surveillance at that time, purchasing about $450 worth of cleaning supplies.
The couple has 3 small children between the ages of 2 and 6.
I-Team sources say investigators have now discovered evidence at that Peabody trash facility.
There was absolutely no indication of a tragedy or anything else could have happened that night.
That character flaw usually involves narcissism and believing that they can trick people into believing their narrative.
There are no winners in this story.
The Cohasset mom seemingly vanished after a New Year's Eve dinner and has not been seen or heard from since. Welcome to a WBZ I-Team special, the Ana Walshe investigation. I'm Chief Investigator Cheryl Fiandaca. Her disappearance has rocked the tiny seaside town the family called home and captured the attention of the world. What started as a missing persons case is turning into something potentially much more sinister. And at the center of the mystery is Ana's husband, Brian Walshe. This week, police charged Walshe with misleading investigators. He's being held in jail on $500,000 bail. This surveillance video of Brian is from a juice bar in Norwell. Police say he told investigators he went there on January 2nd. He also told police it was the only place that he went that day. But investigators say that was not true and uncovered video of Brian several hours later at a nearby Home Depot buying Tyvek, tarps, buckets, drop cloths, and cleaning supplies. I-Team sources say trash taken from a dumpster at Brian's mother's Swampscott condominium complex was searched by police at a Peabody transfer station. There, sources say investigators found trash bags containing a hacksaw, a hatchet, a rug, used cleaning supplies, and blood. All of it and the DNA now being tested at the state's crime lab. The I-Team also uncovered a police report Ana filed in Washington, D.C. before the couple was married. In that 2014 report, Ana claimed Brian threatened to kill her and her friends over the phone. No charges were filed because Ana refused to cooperate with police. Meantime, the Walshes' 3 young children are in the custody of the state and are facing an uncertain future. Here's how it all began. As the calendar turned from 2022 to 2023, something appeared to be happening in the Walshe home. What started with a New Year's Eve celebration turned into a desperate search for Ana. This is the timeline of what we've learned so far. December 31st, New Year's Eve. Brian Walshe and his wife Ana had dinner with their friend Jem Mutlu.
There was no indication of anything other than celebrating the new year.
After that celebration dinner, Walshe allegedly told police that Ana, who worked as a property manager in D.C., had a work emergency. She went to bed around 1 a.m. and planned to fly to D.C. the next morning. Friends say their Happy New Year messages were never returned. January 1st, 2023, New Year's Day. Walshe allegedly tells police he last saw his wife between 4 and 6 a.m., claiming Ana left the house in an Uber or Lyft to the airport. But police say Ana did not get a rideshare and did not board a flight to D.C. 7 a.m., police say Walshe got up to make breakfast for the couple's 3 boys. At the same time, a babysitter arrived at the Cohasset home. Walshe tells police he went to run errands and headed to CVS and Whole Foods for his mother. But prosecutors say there are no receipts or surveillance video showing Walshe at either store. January 2nd, 2023. Prosecutors say sometime after 4 p.m., Walshe, wearing a black mask and surgical gloves, is seen on surveillance video at Home Depot in Rockland.
He's on surveillance at that time, purchasing about $450 worth of cleaning supplies. That would include mops, bucket, tops, T-Vex, drop cloths, as well as various kinds of tape.
At the same time, Ana's cell phone pinged in the area of the Cohasset home, January 4th, 2023. Washington, D.C. co-workers notified police that Ana did not show up for work.
We received simultaneous reports from her employer in Washington, D.C., as well as her husband.
Walsh's lawyer says he also called friends looking for her.
Good afternoon. It's Brian Walsh. I hope all is going well. I was just reaching out to basically everybody I could. Ana hasn't been in touch for a few days. Do you know anyone that might have had contact with her? Calling everyone. So sorry to bother you. Sure, everything's fine.
January 6th, 2023. Police drained the pool in the backyard and searched the woods near the Walsh's home. Later, a fire breaks out at a home on Jerusalem Road, a house formerly owned by Ana Walshe. The cause is determined to be accidental, and fire officials call the blaze a strange coincidence. January 8th, 2023, police arrest Brian Walsh, charging him with misleading investigators. Police armed with a search warrant search the home.
Blood was found in the basement area, as well as a knife, which also contained some blood.
January 9th, 2023. Walsh appears in court and pleads not guilty to misleading the investigation. His attorney says he's cooperating with police.
Mr. Walsh has given several interviews. We have consented to searches of his home. We have consented to searches of his property. We have consented to searches of his cell phone.
Hours later, I-Team sources say investigators searching through trash taken to a transfer facility in Peabody from a dumpster at Walsh's mother's Swampscott condominium find garbage bags with a hatchet, a hacksaw, used cleaning equipment, and blood. Those disturbing details stunned a close family friend. Jem Mutlu says he had dinner with the couple the night before Ana's disappearance. In a WBZ exclusive, Ana's former boss broke down in tears, talking to WBZ's Julie McDonald about the last time he saw her and their friendship.
She became my right arm, and we became inseparable. And her family became my family. We're in absolute shock and disbelief as to the whole thing is a tragedy. Julie, the whole thing is a tragedy.
You know, you celebrate that New Year's Eve with like your close people, and you've said that you were family to each other.
She said, Jem, I know you won't go out on New Year's Eve. I know you'll just stay home by yourself, and you know, Brian and I would love to see you. Just come over. Like if there's anyone we'd love to see, we'd love to have over to you. Please come. And so I said, of course. Brian had cooked an elaborate meal for us, and we hugged and celebrated and toasted and just what you do over New Year's. And there was a lot of looking forward to the new year. Like there was no indication of anything other than celebrating the new year, like problems on hold, whatever life's problems were. And life always gives us matters and problems and things to deal with, right? That just always is. But the fact that they hadn't, they had been living in separate homes. She was commuting back and forth. She wasn't seeing the children as often as she would have liked. I mean, she loved everybody. She definitely loved her children dearly. And so it was festive. She was texting with friends, and she was sitting next to me at the bar stool and at their kitchen. There was absolutely no indication that any modicum of a tragedy of disappearance or anything else could have happened that night.
When Brian was taken into custody, were you baffled, or you had feared this? Did you have any feelings before Sunday, or?
I did. Yeah, I did. I went to, I actually found out about her disappearance from Brian on Wednesday morning, mid-morning. I had texted them on Sunday morning, New Year's Day. I didn't hear back because the evening that I was there, Brian had said that he had misplaced his phone that evening. Brian texted on Monday afternoon around 2:30-ish to say something to the effect of, yes, it's been great, you know, it was great to have you, what a trio we are, and, you know, here's to a new year, something to that effect. I didn't hear anything until Wednesday morning when I was walking on the beach taking a morning walk when Brian called and he sounded off. I said, what's wrong? Is there something wrong? And he said, yeah, buddy, he says, Ana's missing. And that's when I found out, and I said, I was in shock, and I was in shock, but it didn't hit me right away. And I said, Ana's missing. She said she had a work. She said that she had a work emergency that morning and then had left off. I think he said that she left in an Uber, or that she was supposed to leave in an Uber. Mm-hmm. But in any case, I said, you know, have you called other people? Have you called the police? Like this is could be serious, and just make sure that the police know. Thursday morning, Brian and I were talking, and he said the Cohasset police may be calling me, the detective, but I didn't wait. I called them. Again, both Ana and Brian have been individually and together very impactful on my life. A part of me had this suspicion all along that there may have been foul play, and that somehow the story wasn't adding up. My biggest fear had shifted towards the children. You know, believe it or not, I still have a modicum of hope that somehow I think you got it.
While some friends were worried and emotional about Ana, others were raising questions about Brian's family history. WBZ uncovered court records with accusations that Brian stole money from his father. Our Chris Tanaka has an exclusive interview with a friend who says the relationship between Brian and his father was strained, and it was all because of money. To protect his identity, we aren't showing his face and have altered his voice.
Brian was not like other young people. He was always dressed in our money, in penny loafers. When he was like 13, I never saw him in dungarees. He just wanted the finest things in life.
Trouble in the Walshe family may have been hard to detect, but it was there. Court documents claim Brian stole $1 million from his father. The family friend we spoke to said it caused a massive falling out, and the two did not speak for more than a decade.
This was a kid who never gave his father an ounce of teenage angst. He didn't smoke, he didn't drink, he didn't do drugs. He was very close, and he was very respectful to his father. He was charming, and when he did this, it stabbed his dad in the heart.
Court documents also show Brian's father, Thomas Walshe, the late head of neurology at Brigham and Women's Hospital, cut Brian out of his will before his death in 2018.
There was indeed a will, and there were specified inheritors, and Brian was not one of them.
Brian is accused of destroying the will, appointing himself the personal representative of the estate, then liquidating more than $100,000 from his dad's bank accounts. The family friend also noted Brian's 2021 conviction on fraud, where he stole a friend's Andy Warhol paintings and sold them, as well as fake versions of them.
He was not trustworthy. He did things that were shameful and horrible to someone he really cared about, but I never saw him raise his voice.
There are more damning claims in those court documents. For example, at one point, Walshe even tried to sell off his father's home in Hull. Chris Tanaka, WBZ News.
The I-Team is also learning more about that federal art fraud case. Brian pleaded guilty to those charges in 2021. Since then, he has been on home confinement, awaiting sentencing. WBZ's Christina Rex talked to the art dealer he's accused of scamming.
These are the fake Andy Warhol paintings that Brian Walshe sold a California art dealer as real for $80,000 back in 2016. I spoke to Ron Rivlin by phone. He tells me Walshe is a calculated guy, saying, "I've bought over 1,000 Warhols and this is the one and only acquisition that got by me." He was that good. What happened to me is telling of Walsh's masterful ability to coerce people.
This is not his first rodeo. He's already under federal charges and is, being monitored at home.
Walshe has been on house arrest for years after pleading guilty in 2021, but he still hasn't been sentenced because he was unable to produce the stolen paintings and allegedly couldn't come up with the nearly $500,000 he owed to 3 victims as a part of his plea deal. Now he's facing allegations he diverted money from his father's estate. Retired FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffindaffer says more than 6 years later, this open case still hangs over his head.
He is under a lot of stress and strain and pressure. He's facing these charges. He's facing significant jail time, prison time, I should say. And that causes individuals, when they're under all this stress and strain and thinking maybe he's going to lose her and maybe nobody else is going to have her.
In a June 2022 letter to the judge, Brian's wife, Ana, wrote that he was a good man, saying Brian has been working consistently on breaking the past habits of his family, and we're all looking forward to the new chapter of his life. But experts say his prior crimes could tie into the allegations that he misled investigators following his wife's disappearance.
People who commit significant fraud-type charges really do have a character flaw. And that character flaw usually involves narcissism and believing that they can, trick people into believing their narrative.
Part of Brian Walsh's temporary arrangement for those fraud convictions was actually to have a curfew from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Now, investigators say he actually broke that curfew in the days following his wife Ana's disappearance. In the Satellite Center, Christina Rex, WBZ News.
Well, this is a story with a lot of twists and turns, and we have been covering every detail in the case from the start. WBZ's Julie McDonald was the first reporter assigned to the story. Coming up, Julie and I sit down to talk about what was happening behind the scenes and where the investigation stands now. Since this story broke, the WBZ I-Team has left no stone unturned. Our Julie McDonald led off our coverage and shared her thoughts on how the story evolved. So, Julie, you were there from the very beginning. What were people telling you then?
Well, we were first assigned this story. We learned from Cohasset police about this report of a missing woman in their community Thursday, January 5th. So I got in touch with some of her friends along the South Shore, as well as her close friends in Washington, D.C., where we know that she commuted every week for work. And everyone described this beautiful, driven, caring, bright, real estate professional, devoted wife, loving mother. Everyone just had the loveliest things to say about her that Thursday afternoon. But the more that we learned about this missing person case, the more questions we had. There were just some things early on that didn't seem to add up. We know that the family had hosted a friend for New Year's Eve for dinner at their home in Cohasset, and that friend was at their house from about 8:30 at night to 1:30 in the morning. And he described a perfectly normal, happy, celebratory night. So he hugged them goodbye at 1:30 in the morning, left, and then the police were told that sometime in those next few hours, between 4 and 5 in the morning, Ana had been called for a work emergency, and as she usually did, would have caught a ride to the airport and taken a flight from Logan down to DC to respond to this work emergency. I questioned it in the beginning just because of that timeline, that you would hug a guest goodbye at 1:30 in the morning, and by 4, you'd be packing your work bag and responding to this emergency when the rest of the business world wasn't returning to work until Tuesday. No activity on her cell phone, no activity on her bank cards. The friends that I had spoken to early on described this social, accessible, someone who would snap a picture out the window of her flight as she landed in DC and post that to her Instagram story. So this just complete gone without a trace was completely unlike her. But these friends didn't find out that she hadn't been seen or heard from for 3 days after that.
And did they think that was strange that no one had reported her missing during all that time?
Some of the friends along the South Shore said that she had a demanding job that could be 24/7. But at the same time, she's a mother. We know that she was very devoted to these 3 very young children. And so that was off for some friends, that she wouldn't be calling to check in with the kids all day Sunday, all day Monday, all day Tuesday. Then it was on Wednesday that the husband, Brian Walshe, started to make calls to friends of theirs saying, have you seen Ana? Have you heard from her?
At what point did all of these friends who were so supportive of the husband and so supportive of her and saying that, you know, that they don't think he was involved in anything sinister, has any of that now changed?
Even after his arrest, when we only knew what he was being charged with, misleading investigators, there still were friends that I was speaking with who were saying, this is a distraught husband, and let's just wait and see what we learn in court on Monday. Then we wake up Monday, and the details that came out in court were chilling about some of the things that were found in their home, a knife covered with blood, blood in the basement. We know that the husband was seen on surveillance video buying cleaning supplies at a Home Depot. What were you learning from police in those next few days?
Well, police started to track him with surveillance, with Easy Pass, with his phone, finding out the locations that he went to, and then they were able to get the dumpster from his mother's Swampscott condo. They brought that to a trash facility and searched it. And our sources are telling us at that point, they found trash bags with blood, a hacksaw, a hatchet, the cleaning supplies, all of it kind of showing and painting a very, very different picture than was painted very early on when she was first reported missing. I think people are wondering, okay, so what happens next? Can he be charged? And the answer is yes, even without a body, even without finding any remains. If the police are able to, and prosecutors, put together a strong circumstantial case with all of the evidence that they've been able to piece together, they certainly can still bring charges.
This is one of those stories that, like, when I get home from work, you can't stop thinking about it. 2 of Ana's little boys are the same ages as my children, so you can't help but think about what children need from their mother and how frightening this has been for them.
Thank you so much for sharing all of this. I know it's been a lot covering this story, and we really appreciate all your hard work, so thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up next, a North Shore couple who rented an apartment from the Walshes shared details about their interaction with Ana just days before she disappeared. A Revere couple says they were renting an apartment from Ana and Brian and knew her well, telling WBZ's Beth Germano they noticed changes in the couple's behavior just before she disappeared.
I've done all the work here, wash and dryer for him.
Mike Silva says Brian Walshe and his wife Ana were more than landlords, but trusted friends.
Brian was very professional. He had me thinking he was an investor. He was always looking at the stock market.
A contractor, Mike poured thousands of his own money into this unit in Revere. He and his fiancée Mandy had been promised by the Walshes they could buy. But it all changed with a heated conversation December 29th, when the couple realized the unit had been sold for cash to other buyers, and they said Ana's demeanor changed.
It was out of character for the way that Ana was acting. She was being very protective. She was, targeting us personally and saying, like, she should have done a background check on us. She should have checked our credit.
Mike Silva says the Walshes owned a number of properties he helped with, like this one in Lynn, but was told they were recently selling off assets, which he thought was strange.
I'm totally shocked. I'm like, things that didn't add up was just starting to add up.
He had texted the couple wishing them a happy new year and finally got this answer from Brian in a text 2 days later on January 2nd.
Saying, Happy New Year, sorry for the delay. I misplaced my phone and my son just found it.
No mention of Ana, who was reported missing the next day. The couple says they had felt betrayed by the Walshes, and now with Brian facing charges of misleading the investigation and evidence uncovered at their home and in a landfill, they're not sure what to think.
I can't take that argument back with Ana, so I feel guilty that I stuck up for me and my family only for this woman to go missing.
I'm Beth Germano, WBZ News.
We thank you for watching this I-Team special on the Ana Walshe investigation. The I-Team and our WBZ reporters will stay on this story and will bring you the very latest developments as we get them.